Hello, collective. Happy Wednesday, the 9th. So we've got some countries that contribute the confusion to the hurricanes from today's letters. October the 9th, Wednesday. Yes, some countries are contributing this confusion to these hurricanes. Wow. Yeah. The rain has started by unfair witchery. But actually this rain was started by some unfair witchery. Witchery. Unearthed a hidden scheme, because it's unearthed a hidden scheme, collective. A hero raised by Saturn's top notch. Yeah, there's some kind of hero that's been raised by Saturn's top notch. An archer is annoyed by a starseed's anchor. There might be a Sagittarius out there that's annoyed that you've anchored yourself as the starseed. They are confundo that you aberto. They are confundo that you aberto. They are confused that you were unable to unlock the door. So that's Portuguese. Aberto, to unlock. So they're confused that you unlocked the door, especially during a hurricane, right? Sobriety snitches a second secret. Yeah, somebody's sobriety has snitched this second secret for today's date. We found the insurance you tried to cash in. Yeah, and we found this insurance that you tried to cash in. A coordinated disturbance seen out and about. Yeah, you definitely see this coordinated disturbance out and about. I am no ordinary star. Yeah, you are no ordinary star, collective. Absolutely, for today's date, the 9th, which is Wednesday. Yeah, all those victims out there for those hurricanes, because this is the thing. The middle of this reading, 17 degrees Libra, talks about how you clue in before you help somebody. Yeah. Because there's going to be some people that need help. And what's one of the things to clue into besides, yeah. Kind of remember what your ops would do, like, after all the tragedy you went through, and then they'd bring you this bag of clothes that they cleaned out from the closet. Here, when that person, after they've gone through all of that upheaval, isn't really concerned about what they're going to put on the next day. That's not going to help their life. You know what I mean? So it's really cluing into what's the best that I can contribute to this person, because we don't really know what they have to go without. See, maybe it's something, we got to fuel that fire for them to get, back on track with the Most High and be determined to rebuild their lives, which is really, really a motivator kind of thing. But yeah, a lot of them need food and a lot of them need shelter. But the bottom line is, when somebody goes through that, you got to kind of clue in, like, what can I do to help you refire, rekindle that motivation to rebuild your life? Yeah, it's pretty big. So I love it. And the chart tonight, 17 degrees Libra, has 2 grand trides. A really reputable spirituality for this female of service, a really reputable war that this person with this possessions in her home has been able to hold on to. You've been able to hold your own with your spirituality, collective, and the planets like it. The planets want you to get credit for that. Like, it wasn't easy to hold on to what you had in your home, okay? Because they were making sure that you didn't have anything. And then this group of people with Borders and Safeties recognizes this female of service that held on to her home, okay? And that's pretty remarkable too. So the universe wants to give that to you tonight. And then, but there's this huge karmic payment, and it's a red triangle tonight. It has to do with this partnership that this female was in, perhaps a Capricorn. Yeah, some kind of partnership a female was in. Went against this person's home with an active participant and thought it was fair. Like, it's okay to take these people out. Yeah, because I'm supposed to read to you from the book of Esther, because just like all throughout time, I'm telling you, this isn't an old thing, but Haman, which is the lieutenant governor at the time for Xerxes, which is, gosh, this is like 474 BC. This is way old, right? But he had gained permission to exterminate the Jews. He had gained permission to do this from the king by convincing the king that they were defying his laws and that they confiscated property that had a vast wealth to these Jews had taken all this property and it's worth a lot. So let's just kill them all. What? This has the king's utter indifference to the fate of millions of his subjects has still been found in modern parallels with Hitler, Stalin, and Khrushchev. Yeah, like it's okay to do this because I can convince you that they've stolen. These people aren't worthy. And this was a religious attack, but this was still a hate machine that came against a collective person. Somebody was driving the hate bus and said, all aboard. And half the people on that bus don't even know why they're on it at this point. But one person who hated you, who said, all aboard. And now we're like, what did you do? And so that book of Esther is really key in today's reading too, because this was the backdrop of Esther, who is Jewish. And the emperor at the time, the king at the time, was looking for a new queen. And so his subjects had rounded up all the virgins, to compete. It was like a big Miss America pageant for this king, Xerxes, at the time. He chose Esther because she didn't wear gold or she didn't dress fancy, but she just had a really meek, sweet heart. He chose her because of her, just how sweet she was. So she didn't put on airs. She just was herself, and he chose her. So that was kind of like God, placing her in position for, okay, now you got to realize he's going to exterminate the Jews unless you step in. And as a woman in 474 BC, that must have been, just a huge adrenaline rush. Like, how am I going to do that? And it's a really cool story if you have that chance to read the book of Esther, but she's able to save her whole clan. Yeah. So, okay, but that's not who spoke to me today. Esther, thank you. Please be here for this reading. JFK spoke to me today. Now, JFK is a Gemini, okay? So I thought, Gemini, that's really, well, we got Jupiter in Gemini. Jupiter went retrograde. So not only were the 4 planets locked over here, now we got over half the planets of our solar system that said, hey, how many times have I told you I'm not going to expand this hate bus plan? I'm not going to expand it, okay? And so Jupiter goes retrograde to help that lock in. So now you got all the big old planets going, okay. So I love it. So Jupiter joins in this fight. And JFK was saying, yeah, be aware, collective, of the people that try to promote you. Be aware of the power that tries to promote you. That's how he said it. Be aware of the power that tries to promote you. And I thought, oh, okay. And then I got 1962. So I thought, well, he must want me to do a chart. So this was 90 days before the Bay of Pigs, which was the Cuban Missile Crisis, okay? This was in July, okay? And so I did all the countries because astrologically speaking, Russia would be an Aquarius because Russia sits over here, okay? United States is a Cancer, 4th of July, okay? So we're this Cancer sun. And then Cuba. Is this the Cuba? Yeah, it's Scorpio, which had Fidel Castro at the time. This is very Scorpio, Cuba, okay? Okay. So United States at the time had this pretty good, understanding with this higher elite group of people, okay, with Cuba. They, it was looking pretty good. They expanded, see? They had an old, like the ancestors even approved of it, of possessions, so there must have been some trade, good or service with the United States and Cuba. There must have been some kind of agreement in place that things were okay. Things were pretty smooth sailing in July 1962. So then what happened by October, which is now, but 62 years ago? Well, we had the Bay of Pigs, the Cuban Missile Crisis, where we had to shoot down a suspicious aircraft, and it happened to be Russian. And then Russia, after that, decided, okay, I'll go ahead and pull out my missiles that because we have to look and see, well, how did that stack up like that? Well, you can see that Russia over here, this border and safety, wasn't too pleased with this relationship. Okay, for him, that was a little too much for him. That we had this good thing going with Fidel, okay? So he was upset at that. He didn't like that this elite group of people were making decisions without him, okay? Because this didn't really involve Russia. Had nothing against Russia personally. But anyway, they reacted that this is unfair. This is unfair, Libra, of the United States to do this. This is unfair, okay? That's how that went down. Now, the Most High knew, you let me transform this. He sent one of these little Yodas, okay, for this secret service that was in place. He goes, let me transform this country. Let me transform this relationship, okay? And that he did in July, and by October it was transformed, okay? But it was an adrenaline thing for the United States. JFK didn't know how to announce it. He didn't know what to do. He you know what I mean? It wasn't, you know, some say it was probably one of the worst times of him being in office is this Bay of Pigs, you know, Fidel Castro. So in the meantime, there's all this, there's all this stuff going on too. Some kind of family serving with other people's money, some kind of family serving with other people's money. It was going to create this war, okay? Relationships, Venus, other people's money created this war. And we couldn't even though the ancestors had approved this relationship, okay? United States, Cuba, it seemed like it upset other people, okay? Other people, it upset them. And you can't really blame them, right? Because what's Russia getting out of it exactly? So Russia had done that, you know, to say, hey, what about me and my chopped liver? You know what I mean? So JFK woke me up to that today. So I have a feeling that has something to do with the reading today, is that somebody felt left out and drove the hate bus, hey, get on, so that we can cut this person out. Cut this person out who's getting this great deal right now, this favor. Let's cut him out. And I'll prove to you how and why. Just like the lieutenant governor in the book of Esther. Hey, man, they're convincing him that they're breaking all your laws and they have all these valuable objects that could be for the kingdom, and they're hoarding them. So we can just kill this group of people, you know? It was horrifying. It was horrifying that somebody's jealousy, it was all jealousy. How dare you love something else besides me? That person's not lovable. Now, who's to decide what's lovable and what's not lovable? Who is to decide in nature, you know, when nature put it here? Nature put it here, but, you know, we're going to go ahead and get rid of it because it's not lovable. Wow. I got to grab mine. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. It was a very secretive, and it might have been female, but it could have been male too, because they were jealous, maybe collective, that you wanted to be single or you had somebody else. They didn't like that. They didn't like how people liked you more. Well, that's what happened to Christ. You know, he came down here and he started doing his miracles, and the Pharisees didn't like that because he was popular. I don't think Jesus went around with this t-shirt, yeah, I'm more popular than the Pharisees. He wasn't putting it in their face at all. He was just being himself, but the Pharisees didn't like that, didn't accept that behavior at all. So, ancestors, please be here for this reading. Oh my gosh, my eyeballs are messing with me. Somebody can't see something today. They're unable to see. And remember, he said that he was going to blind your enemies. He said that. Right toward the end, he was going to blind your enemies. I'm going to end up blinding myself if I don't get that eyelash on. All right, let's see if it stays. Okay, so ancestors, please be here for this reading. I love you. Thank you for all your wisdom and your great downloads and your continuous fuel for this fire, okay? It takes a considerable amount of fire to keep going after a hurricane knocks out your whole life, okay? So we have to clue in today, ancestors, what can really help these people get back on their feet. And Archangel Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael, please be here. Highest Ascendant Jesus, Help us find this fire for the collective to keep their inspiration. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Thank you so much, Jesus, for being here. Yeah, so let me show you the cards, 1502. So what I've got here is the 17 degrees Libra, and it's the Hangman. Before you help someone, we have to clue in a little bit, like what's the best course of action. For October 9th, we get this penetrative gaze because the Hermit is checking this out. He's checking this out going, oh my Lord, this is devastating. And he wants to break the ice, but in a loving way, okay? Now, the decision, this is the Emperor at the time. This is the King, okay? And the King has this really mature 10 degrees for Capricorn heart tonight. So to have this 10 degrees Capricorn heart is just this knowledge of how individually he can contribute to this, his place in the world, how he cooperates with the world. A world at disadvantage, a world that's been hit by a hurricane, okay? Now, Donna Summers has that birthday, and she sang that, looking for some hot stuff, baby, tonight. Yeah, Donna Summers has that birthday. So, yeah, he's hot stuff, baby. Yeah, that's what causes a hurricane, that's for sure. So she has that birthday, 10 degrees Capricorn, but it's the wisdom of knowing how you cooperate in a world that's upside down right now. Like, how do I contribute to this? And then you come up here to this Mercury, 24 degrees Libra, and there's the essential judgment. Somebody had trusted the words of the signs to cross a bridge, but when they crossed the bridge, it collapsed. So they trusted the signs on the bridge that weren't that reliable, and Mercury's figured that out. Now we go to this retrograde Jupiter who has the destiny, 21 degrees Gemini. JFK came to speak to me because he's like, beware of the parties that promote you. Beware of the powers that try to promote you, because they can sell you down the river, okay? This is like Cinderella who never made it to the ball, okay? The sisters knocked her down the back stairs and had the musical group CCR their bandwagon came to pick Cinderella up, and she served as a roadie after that for 20 years, okay? When she was supposed to go to the ball, okay? And Jupiter found out about it. So that's what he thinks of it. He's like, yeah, I am aware that there's powers that have sold me out. There's powers that, you know, that didn't have the best interest for me. And then you've got this 13 degrees Pisces retrograde. The sword, this was the sword, you know, that Lancelot got from the Lady at the Lake. But this sword really represents to Saturn, who has the Hierophant card, that of what he's endured. What has Saturn really endured throughout history? Okay, so it's a good look at, like, I have this sword because of what we've endured. And then down here in the subconscious tonight is this Venus, 20 degrees Scorpio. It's this day of the underground, and it's this horrible realization that I've had this blind allegiance to a terrorist. Yeah, I followed blindly with the signs on the bridge, okay, and then the bridge collapsed, okay. So she's 20 degrees Scorpio, and then Mars has this 19 degrees Cancer. It's an unsolicited opinion tonight because he was judging the fruit, like when to buy the fruit or when to purchase the fruit by the color. And Justice is sitting here going, you mean you pick the fruit by its color? You didn't like knock the fruit or listen for the hollowness. You know how people will do the different tests in the grocery store. No, all he did was pick the fruit with the right color that he was looking for. Okay, that's all. And so Mars is giving his unsolicited opinion on how to pick produce. Okay, so then you've got Uranus, 26 degrees Taurus, the devil card. This karma, and he has karma tonight. Uranus sent karma to Venus tonight because there was a secretive female who refused to allow love to just be love, to refuse to allow nature to just be nature, who started up a hate bus. You know, this person doesn't deserve love, and there's karma for that tonight from Uranus. And then Neptune has the star because we're 4 against 1. Neptune has 4 blue lines and 1 little bit of karma tonight. So Neptune's like, over half the universe has voted that we need to get this better vision. We need to get a better vision. Pluto's 29 degrees Capricorn, and it's got judgment, because this Capricorn at 29 degrees thought that, well, love is the mountain that I've climbed. Well, not really. It's really the mountain the universe has climbed. It's kind of a universal language. So, oh yeah, and then the destiny up here, you're going to have the Magician, and you're going to have the Wheel of Fortune for the Healer, which is still retrograde. Capital, that's what showed up last time when I started 2024. Remember, it was be capital if somebody invested. Somebody needs to invest in you, collective. Yeah, Mercury's realizing, like, this is essential that we take you into consideration, because they didn't believe you'd make any impact on the world. And I think you've made a huge one. I think you've made an absolute huge one. Yeah. It's like people are clued into it, you know. Yeah, there's a better way. There's a better way. Then getting on the hate bus. You know, and what's going to happen, Pluto or Neptune, one of them has a hate bus tonight. You're going to talk about a hate bus. I think it's Pluto. Yeah, Pluto's going to pull the bus over tonight. And he's going to say, just with a raise of hands, how many on this bus actually know why you're on this bus? Do you realize the person that you've targeted? Do you realize what they've done? This is Cinderella who got pushed down the stairs, and the roadie from CCR picked her up. So all she knew after that was to get tattoos of a bad moon rising, you know, on her forearm. And she spent 20 years with that band when she was supposed to go to the ball. Not that wouldn't be a fun life, but I'm just saying, you know, looking out my back door. That's what she learned. And she wasn't supposed to be with CCR. See what I'm saying? I love you, Cinderella. Man. Okay, so let's look at this. Before you help, you have to clue in just a little bit. Because remember, when you were like this, collective, at ground zero, feeling helpless, hopeless, no recourse, zero recourse. Remember how people tried to help, okay? Now, unless they clue in, they're not able to break the ice, for one thing. And one of the reasons we have to break the ice is this Hermit card, October 9th. He's going to try and break the ice, okay? Because he knows he has to get over there and help that dude who's upside down. But he wants to do it in a loving way, in a way that is specific to that individual or to that family, okay? Now, they all need food and warmth and some kind of shelter, but at the end of the day, if their fire is out, if their hope is lost, then something needs to keep that. You know, that's why all the comedians would do the Iraq tour and stuff. Like, you know, Robin showed me some clips, you know, where the comedians would go on tour, and they would do stand up for the troops, you know, over in Iran or wherever they were, to make them laugh again. Because it wasn't too fun. Yeah. Their hope in humanity at that point was like, yeah, well, ask me another day. Yeah. So the comedians would go over there, and they would lift up their hearts. And you see them do it during Christmas and stuff. They'll send some singers, you know, to kind of lift up their spirits. But that truly speaks more volumes, and I feel like you are part of that collective, you know, is getting the right words to the heart that has given up. This hanged man has given up. And collective, you know what that feels like. You know what that feels like when they bring you food in a box where they cleaned out their pantry, so all you got was Vienna sausages and some really strange colored olives. And see, Mars would go, oh, well, those olives are ripe because of the color. Mars, it's beside the point. You got a raw deal, okay? And now you're upside down. So tell me about this raw deal that has this penetrative gaze, October 9th. And the Hermit wants to break some ice. He wants to break some ice here. Yeah. This is no different than going through a change or a death. That's what that feels like. You know, any of you that have had to lose children to another parent due to a court decision knows that half your heart just died on that day, if not all of it. That it just stopped working right. It's there, but you lost a piece of you that day. See? And that's a death. That's, well, how do I pick myself up after this? You know, that's pretty hard to do. And here they've lost their homes, their possessions, probably some of their, their ancestry, if they did genealogy, all these things that were special to their lineage, unless they had those locked up in safety, safe somewhere, they're gone. They're gone. And they have to recreate that from the ashes, see? So what does the emperor think about this? Because he's got this really mature, he's reflective. This is a picture of an emperor that's sitting down. Usually the emperors are pretty majestic looking, but this one's actually reflective, looking down, okay? Because he wants something resolved long term. He just doesn't want to go put a little band-aid. Here's the food from my pantry. Yeah. Don't look at the dates on it. Nope, just this is great. Go ahead and eat this up. When you're not even thinking about food at this point, honestly. You're thinking like, how do I repair a life that's been completely, shot down. Yeah. So it's not really about the item, it's about the heart you put in. When you reach out to these people, some of you will be speaking to them electronically, or leaving posts for them electronically. But, just clue into that before you do that, because we don't know what that individual is going without, okay? Maybe that person was just used to having a cup of coffee every morning. And now they're handing out juice for free. But my God, I'd kill for a cup of coffee. You know what I mean? It's cluing into, oh my God, let me get you one. And you make someone's day, because that's their batteries, see? And a spiritual battery too. If you can, that's the one the Most High wants me to communicate to you. But there's physical batteries too, that people were judged very severely. Collective's a lady of the night. They spend all their money on cigarettes and kratom. They're not going to amount to anything. When you don't know why that person has picked that up in a way to cope with a world that got upside down for them. And not just once, but many, many times. Until they figured out, okay, this will be my routine, because I'm on top of it. While I connect with the Most High, while I connect to the Creator, see? Because that's the true fire. Like, my house can be filled with cigarettes and kratom, whatever. But if chlorophyll, I love chlorophyll too. But if I don't have that fire, that connection with the passed over ones, the planets, the highest vibration from the planets, I love you guys, then it's not going to be the same reading, okay? But that's the fire that fuels this for collective readers, is when they tap into that. So what do you want to tell us about this October 9th? There's somebody with anxiety. It might be this emperor. He's in charge of these decisions to break this ice. Why is there anxiety? He's a little confused right now. He's 7 of Cups. Okay. He's confused. Oh, okay. Because the active participants, which the Sabian symbol for Mars, actually, this 19 degrees Cancer, is participating in a public ritual, which would probably be magic, against collective. And the emperor knows that. He's confused that you haven't gone through a typical death. He's wondering how to get the hurricane to go through your home. When if you have your Holy Trinity, you'll be fine, right? For you, that'd probably be okay, all right. Not that you'd invite it in, and not that you like seeing it to other people, but it's almost like the Lord positioned you to help these people right now, because time and time again, you were at ground zero, but you look okay. Oh, okay. Nobody did anything to fuel you. You had to put your own batteries, work your own magic, alchemy. If some of you do magic, but your method was that connection to there's got to be a reason for this. There has to be a reason I'm going through this, and it might be a time such as now, okay? Because you have the wisdom to clue into what really is that person needing right now. You know, sure, you can clean out your closet, you can clean out your pantry, you know, you can get some cash out of your, you know, give them some cash. But my God, there's nothing around these people. There's nothing. And if they lost loved ones, that's even worse. The cash isn't going to buy that loved one back. So you talking to the passed over ones is huge, you know. Some of you can see auras around people, and you can say, well, hey, I see your aura. It's white. You're being protected. And I see another aura around you, and it's yellow. And you know, you can tell them, look, I see some people behind you, even though you can't see them. And that would be huge for their heart that is broken right now. So what's this fine? Somebody got a fine. Did you get fined recently? Did you get... They tried to disable you financially, so it wouldn't surprise me if some of you have fines or tickets or grievances to your... Yeah, one reader was reading in her car because the power's out. My God, that's horrible. And here it is, October. It's not very warm in your vehicle, especially with children. You know, I felt horrible for her. But she didn't act like, you know, that she wanted to go get on the hate bus. You know what I mean? That's the remarkable thing, is how she took it in stride. And she gave a pretty darn good reading. So it's like, you can choose at any moment in time, well, this is no good. I'll just get on the hate bus. What are you doing on the hate bus, dude? When in judgment, you're just judged by yourself anyway. So you might as well find that little fire to get some help from the crossed over ones. Okay, tell me about this fine. An empress got fined. Okay, so this particular emperor, in the wisdom of his heart, was looking for some hot stuff, baby, tonight. Donna Summers has that birthday. Looking for some hot stuff. And thought that this fine would devastate you. Make you feel like life's never going to go my way. It happens. It happens. You know? Your power, you don't have power, you know? You got a ticket. Oh my God. It doesn't stop what your mission is. You have to be like everybody else. I think they think because you're part of this collective group that you have these magical powers to ascend all bad things happening to you. And that's not the case. But it's how you move that sets you apart. Because Esther got chosen in the book of Esther because of her sweetness. And her life was no better than any of those other virgins hoping the king would pick him. You know, some of them went to great lengths to put on gold and silk and satin and all these fancy clothes. And he chose Esther. She wasn't dressed like that, but she was so humbly beautiful. She had grace on her. And that's a gift from the Most High, because you can't just walk out the door with grace on. You know what I mean? That's definitely a gift from the Most High, saying, thank you for helping these people at this time. I give you grace and beauty to do so. You have more grace and beauty right now than a lot of you realize. And that's from the Most High, because he chose you for a time such as this. It's true. Thank you guys so much. Okay, so we're supposed to remember that when we walk out the door, and we just had one of these moments, like, oh my Lord, you know, I don't have the money to pay that, or I don't have the, you know what I mean? But you walk out the door with that beauty and that grace because you know your spiritual call. Okay. So what's Mercury up to? He's got a tower. This is a tower in the spread. This is a pretty big tower, guys. Something about, it's essential that we do this judgment. And we trusted the words on a bridge to get us across this bridge, and it collapsed. It collapsed. And now what? Now we got all the people in the water. What are we going to do now? We should have listened to these people telling us, yeah, we're headed into judgment. Go to the crossroads, write, sign, date, what you did. That's all you had to do. Go to the Most High. Say, yo, I participated in some stuff on the hate bus. Wasn't so sure what I was doing. You know, they told me I'd get a house or a car out of the deal. I'm really sorry. Really sorry, Jesus. I think I gave somebody a raw deal. Let me sign and date this and let you see it that I've done it. Now what do I do? And then they could have talked to him, you know? I don't know if any of them did that. I don't think any of them believe in that. But honestly, that's Crime and Punishment, Fyodor Dostoevsky. I don't remember his birthday. He shows up in one of these planets tonight. Who wrote Crime and Punishment? I'll have to tell you tomorrow when I look it up. Dostoevsky. Did I write it down? But he shows up tonight on one of the planets because he's born on this day, this degree. And that's a pretty big deal. Because he that whole book is about that dude that has killed this elderly person and then feels haunted by it. You know, I feel like most of you are not haunted. You're like the hero. That's what made you the demon slayer that you are. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Because of this pain that you've gone through, now you're this demon slayer. And that's only reached when you get to that point of nirvana with the Most High, that he grants you that. You know, where you can be like John Wayne and be like, make my day. Come on in, demon. What do you need? Because you've been able to endure. Yourself is on fire right now for the Most High, and the angels, they're so grateful for you right now because you're still here. Okay, so Mercury, 24 degrees Libra. Words trusted, we crossed this bridge. Now they're all in the water. The tower's on fire. People are fallen. Yeah, Mercury's aware of this theft. Okay. Okay, so he's saying they tried to cross the bridge and not pay the price of the theft. It's like trying to cross the toll without paying the toll, you know. That's what they did. They didn't pay the toll, and they went to cross the bridge, and the bridge, yeah, and it now it's causing them grief because they see the karma playing on it. What do you want to tell us, Mercury? They didn't pay the toll. Seven of Swords, and it's in the upright. So whatever they've done to you, collective, they've yet to make it right. They want to gaslight you so that you feel stupid even bringing it up. Yeah, they're messing with your Four of Wands, something about your stability. That's why when Pluto pulls the hate bus over and says, how many know why you're even on this bus? Seriously, raise a hands. Because they don't even know the real person. That Cinderella got pushed down the back stairs to join the road crew of CCR for 20 years. Has no idea that that happened to that woman. Okay? Who's all tattooed up, you know, by the way. Yeah, all tattooed up. I'm not a fortunate one. What's that song, Fortunate Son? Yeah. She knows I ain't no fortunate one. She's got that tattoo too. Because of her life. 20 years of that. While someone else enjoyed the ball, the prince, the affluent, friends, events, croquet on the lawn. I don't know what they do. You were supposed to be doing that apparently. And instead you learned some lyrics that are pretty cool to you now. Because they helped fire up, because you knew you were losing out on something, because you knew somebody pushed you down the stairs. You could feel it. You know, and then when this roadie shows up, well, what are you doing here? I mean, isn't that convenient that the roadie is at the back door of the palace? What was he going to perform or something? No, he was there to take Cinderella. Okay, what else do you want to tell us about this theft? There's a recruit. They have to recruit more people right now. And that's what they're doing right now, and it's in the sun. They're trying to recruit more people to believe and allow this hate bus to continue, that this person doesn't deserve love. This collective person doesn't deserve love. Wow. Okay. And they're sleeping right now too. Yeah, because they're up all night doing this ritual. And that's okay. Venus has some backup. She's well aware of the terrorists around her. She's made some favorable conclusions about the terrorists around her. She decided to speak up about it. Like, yeah, I can just go to sleep tonight too, you know, but I'm going to be prepared because I happen to have had a blind allegiance. Poor Cinderella had no idea that a bunch of backstabbers were going to push her down the stairs. She didn't know. This was her, what was she? She was probably cleaning their room, hanging their clothes, scrubbing the floor. Okay. Well, When she gets on the roadie bus for CCR, she realizes, oh my God, those were the people that threw me down the stairs. So Venus tonight knows that I had this blind allegiance to people, trying to please them, trying to make them happy, telling them what they wanted to hear. With a terrorist. They're a bunch of terrorists. And what do I mean by terrorists? They were people that continually put you 17 degrees Libra, upside down, continuously. Yeah. All right. So right now they're recruiting these other people for tonight's ritual. Great. I love you. I love you, Mercury. So you're going to have to keep that high vibration so that the minute the magic hits anywhere near, it's like an electric fence, man. They get shocked. Yeah. Shocked. Or an alien ship lands. You pick, okay? But yeah, you pick your backup plan and they get like, what are you doing, dude? This one's ascended. We don't know what you're doing, but this one's ascended. So leave the starseed alone. I think from today's letters, it's pretty clear that you're no ordinary star. And you can pick, you can pick the ways to call judgment on these people. You can pick, Okay, Jupiter, you're retrograde now, so you're locking in with all these other planets like Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. You're locked in with them because you didn't like the way they kept trying to expand things. They wouldn't listen to you. And now he's got the destiny wheel. He's like, oh, you want to play like that? Well, okay, I'll just go retrograde then and see how much expansion you get now. Which is kind of good for you because then you get to go back over what the strongest point of your readings are. This is what I was trying to say. You can go your whole life and just ignore it, or you can call them out on it and change a few things. And that's what a lot of you did. Yeah, I'm calling them out. Yeah. And they're having a really hard time breaking through to the other side. Yeah. And it gives you hope that the planets are working on your behalf. It should give you lots of hope, okay? Because it's not just evident in the cards. It's not just evident from the readers that you watch. It's evident with the sights and sounds that you witness when you are out and about, but also the planets, the vibrations there. It's in support of what you're doing. So, yeah, JFK, first thing today, be aware of the power that tries to promote you because of what I was showing you with Russia not liking that. Well, I see what you got going with Cuba. That's not fair. Like a bunch of children out there. Well, they've got a tetherball and we don't. Or whatever. And they wanted to participate. So they bullied up, man. Oh, we'll show you how and it was like this climax, 90 days later, we had to make it like, look, we don't want any problems. But whatever was there to begin with was, okay with the ancestors. They've done it in the past. It had it had this grand trine, but not so much with the people that observed it. Whoever was on the hate bus that saw you were going to get A, B, and C from these people and your ancestry left it to you. They didn't like that. Well, that person doesn't deserve that. Let's give that person a crappy life instead. Let's push them down the stairs and let the roadie bus pick them up. Get them all tattooed, get them all outlawed. So by the time they come back, there's no way they can claim it. There's no way. And you came back. And you mean business. Okay, ancestors, what do you want Jupiter to tell us tonight? What do you want Jupiter to tell us? 21 degrees Gemini. 21 degrees Gemini. That's a lot. Yeah, he's singing to you. That's all right, mama. That's all right for you. That's all right, mama. Just any way you do. That's all right. It's all right. Any way you do. Dee, 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 dee. That's all right, mama. That's what Jupiter's singing. I love you, Jupiter. Because he supports you. He's seen your effort. He's seen the effort that you've put out. And he's singing, that's all right, mama. Any way you do, that's all right. That's all right. Okay, so Jupiter's telling you about a King of Cups, this Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and a King of Swords. Yeah, these guys are at the end of their tetherball rope. Yeah, we got Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini for this King of Swords. Or maybe it's Archangel Michael, but it looks like these two are kind of brokenhearted because they know you've ascended. Page of Cups can't come forward. These two wanted to come forward and at least clue you into what was going on. They know the whole town has you gaslit here. Let's see, gaslit. Yeah, gaslit. Yeah, this is the cup you drink every night. Ooh, yeah, look, I'm gaslit. It's joyful, happy. And now you've ascended. So looking out my back door. You'll probably see King of Wands tonight, or King of Swords and King of Cups tonight. Looking out the back door, trying to get your attention because they know your back is turned. You know, you're this great big karmic black bird. You're friends with all the birds, so get real. You know, you listen to the ravens too. And your back is turned. Like, what do you want me to do? It's done. And, yeah, this could be females too. This Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, or the Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. These can be women too, but a sword and a cup really wanted to come toward you because it's starting to hurt their heart, okay? That they can't make you some kind of, you know, they just wanted to make some things brighter for you, clearer to you, because you've had to do this on your own. I either speak up about this or it just gets shoved under the rug and life goes on. And it wasn't right. Oftentimes it does. It just gets, and that's why the ancestors support you so much, is because they saw it happening when they were here, but they were too scared to speak up about it. All this secret society agenda stuff that had way more clout, way more people, way more money than that one voice of your ancestry, you know? And it would lie, if they did, they'd be almost run out of town. And they didn't want that. They had families, see? So for you to stand on your own and say, okay, I'll take it. I'll take the karma because I want to break the curse. I won't talk to nobody. I won't answer the phone, whatever you want me to do. You had to do it to break the curse. And that takes a lot you tolerated a lot, because I don't know about your living situation, but if you're giving readings in your car, okay, that ain't too hot. Bless that reader financially, Lord. Bless that reader. Because that wasn't by choice. You see what I'm saying? A lot of you give your readings in the car and they're great. But you could tell that one was like, you know, no, it's cold. It's October. I kind of want some shelter. All right, so what else? Jupiter, is that all? That's all right, mama. Any way you do, that's all right. Any way you do, that's all right. Okay, so Venus and Mars down here. Mars wants to show you, well, this is how you pick the fruit. You get the right color. And we're looking at him like, what? You don't take the little and knock on it first, you know, talk to it a little bit. What do you think, dude? You want to come home with me? You know, he's like, well, you're the right color. Oh, okay, Mars. There's one that's this color. I guess this one doesn't get a home. Oh, okay. And yet it's a beautiful albino pumpkin. Yeah, it's just beautiful. And it's the same thing. It's just different, right? It's a gourd. He wouldn't pick that one because it was the wrong color. So what's his unsolicited opinion? Because he's going to do a ritual on you tonight. He's mad. He's angry. He's angry that you stood your ground. Well, when we get over to Saturn, Mars, he's going to tell you, I'm a little nervous for the collective. I'm a little nervous. Your borders and safety are quite nervous, okay? Because maybe society doesn't want a bunch of people running around trying to read minds, okay? That's an invasion of people's privacy. They'd probably end up going to therapy over it. But there's something specific, and I'll get over to Saturn, but he's worried about that, okay? It has to be a way that we've survived in the past. Things like this have happened in the past, and how those people survived, okay? Because you're valuable. Mercury's already said it. Mercury's already said it. If we would have listened to the words on the bridge from you, the bridge wouldn't have collapsed. But see, they followed the signs. And they went without paying the toll, and the whole bridge collapsed. Now they're in the water. Everyone's looking. They're trying to find more people for the bus. They're trying to get more people. Come join the hate bus. Come on now. This person doesn't deserve love. Confirmation bird. Crack in the ceiling. That's what they're saying. This person doesn't deserve to be loved. Now, what kind of blissful person thinks like that? You know, just curious. That's a really blissful person, don't you think? Man, you want to go hang out with them, right? And have pizza and ice cream? No, that's how they think. This group of people doesn't deserve to be loved. Really? Most High didn't like that. Okay, Mars, what do you want to tell us? You thought the fruit was ripe because of the color. Okay. Yeah, he's distressed over your strength in the sun right now. He's put on a brave face. He's showing strength in the sun tonight before he puts his little hood on to do his ritual against you. Okay. Now, you've warned him already, like, dude, if you send anything toward me, you're going to get shocked like an electric fence. That's just, you know, I don't send anything out, but if you come toward me with any of your bee-bobbity-boo, that's what's going to happen. You're going to get shocked. It's going to feel like electricity running through. You're going to be like, well, why is my arm still? Because I zapped you. I didn't want it. And that includes people of the family that will attack you, collective, because the family's still attacking you. Wow. Okay. All right, Mars, good luck with that. Good luck with that, because collective plans on protecting their home. Okay. What home you were allowed to keep, you're going to protect it. Okay, Venus, 20-degree Scorpio. Now, Demi Moore has this birthday, okay? We all know Demi Moore. She's not afraid to show you, yeah, some dark stuff, right? That kind of actress. Like, yeah, I'll show you some dark stuff, man. And you watch her because you're transfixed, my God. That's Demi Moore, okay? And Lucky Luciano, he was a mafia boss, has that birthday. Yeah, so there's some people born on this degree of Scorpio that know all about the dark side, the day of the underground. And that's where Venus sits tonight, because she realizes, my God, I just got pushed down the stairs by this family of terrorists. Yeah, yeah, in the meantime, what? In the meantime, reflecting on this terrorism on the home front. You can't forget that, okay? That's why you probably keep to yourself, because you wouldn't experience that again for anything. That was insane. That was insane. And then they're running around getting people on the hate bus. Oh no, collective's insane. They can't be loved. Dude. As they keep the riches for themselves. The ancestors are fit to be tied over it. They're just so happy that you ascended. Okay? And they're going to do everything they can to get you the resources you need, because they know that they're making it difficult for you. Specifically a Queen of Wands. Tell me about this Queen of Wands. Tell me about this Queen of Wands. Was in communication with a Mark. Worked with a Mark. Mark was in a sorority fraternity. Knew exactly what rituals and rites to do on you, to weaken you, to depress you, Venus. Yeah, this Queen of Wands is trapped tonight with a King of Wands because of the work they've done on you. Yeah, look at this. So she's worked with this King of Wands, this fire couple, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Fire couple worked against Venus, did a lot of work. I get 7 of coins. It's a lot of work. Yeah, a lot of work against this Venus to keep her tied up, see? To keep you tied up. You know, calling out to the spirit, and then all of a sudden you met these really cool people. more friends than you could ever imagine. Yeah. And that was all part of you finding your spiritual balance, you know, allowing the experiment, whatever this is. Go ahead, film me. Yeah. What do you think? Take my temperature. Yeah. Now what do you think? Okay. Do what you got to do, because you found this chariot, this balance, and that was the destiny that we threw a bunch at this person. We gave this person a pretty raw deal. Yeah. And it's really come home to these two people how much has been done, because it's all been documented what they've done to you. With this Mark person. This Mark person had a key to a fraternity that was a pretty high rank secret group of people. Okay, all right. Well, Venus she's well aware of it. Okay, Saturn, tell me why this worries you. 13 degrees, you got the Hierophant. This is why it worries him, collective. There was a Pier Pasolini. He was Italian. He had this birthday. And in 1975, the dude was murdered, okay? He was a director, and he had released a film called 120 Days of Sodom, like Sodom and Gomorrah, which if you think about that, that's all these like people running around being crazy, like sexually crazy, immoral, crazy, you know, he directed this film, and when it was released, he was savagely beaten and ran over several times with his own car after the release of this film that he directed. And the whole point of this 120 days of Sodom and Gomorrah, was to show how consumerism and fascism is so corrupt and abusive. Like, he was showing it. And it was a film about how like a bunch of rich people pick a castle in the woods and then get all these diabolical plans in place to pillage people, unsuspecting people. The people that they push down the back stairs, the van pulls up to this castle in the woods and goes, okay, we got a whole van full of them. Now let's just defile all of them. Unsuspecting people. Well, I don't know why I'm here. I was trying to go to the ball, and it don't matter. Now you're in a castle in the woods somewhere, and they're, yeah, he made a really crummy movie. But the point is, he got murdered for showing that, for showing something from Pandora's box. And isn't that what we did, collective? We took out some pretty gruesome things and said, look, this is what these people are doing. So Saturn's worried that people will take a backlash to that. Like, how dare you open Pandora's box and expose these rituals, these things that are part of our right to be religious. That's our right. Well, I don't think so anymore, dude. And the more collective talked about it and got confident about it, the more we didn't feel bad about saying it. Like, that's perverted. That's perverted. To just line up these young prepubescent people and defile them, film it, put it on the black web, make money. Consumerism, the abuse of the consumerism, because the fascists were making money. Yeah. Thank you, Saturn. Wow. Poor guy. Yeah, 1975. And he died during Scorpio season. It happened November 2nd that Pier Pasolini was murdered. Exposing Pandora's box. Which, you know, I guess he could have done it more, you know. Is there a way to expose Pandora's box and be more discreet? I don't know. What do you put it? Just put it in text? Like, this is what happens next. This person is severely poisoned, beaten, ran out of their home. You know, he had to show it. This is what the terrorists are doing in the castle in the woods because they're making money. He had to show it. He got murdered because he opened Pandora's box. Wow. Wow. Okay, so I've got Uranus here, 26 degrees Taurus. There was karma tonight, guys. Yeah. Uranus, who had karma to Venus? Well, this is the karmic payment that's due. Is this secret partnership with an active participant thinking it was fair to take things from your home. That's the karmic payment that's due. Why does Uranus care about this entrapment? Yeah, the entrapment of your home is why, okay, because he wants to talk about that, how you were entrapped in this home, okay? And this addiction to power that this created. Like they just kept doing this over and over. Warring over your home, possessions of a home, using people, telling people that this person doesn't deserve love, this person's a nobody, and then reacting, for this partnership. Get on the hate bus. We're all partners in this. We're all partners in this. Get on the hate bus. Okay? Wow. So there's karma with a secretive female who refused to allow you to receive love. Okay, so if they've done this to you several times in your life, where they push you down the stairs and suddenly you're on this roadie bus with CCR, not that you love their music now. Oh my God, you spent 20 years of it. But that wasn't clearly what was intended for you, okay? Wasn't the vibration the Most High had for you? But you made the best of it. Now you have some friends in low places. That's why you're the demon slayer. Because you hung out 20 years with those dudes. They taught you a lot, okay? But the secret family or the family says that this person that did this, that drives, they are the driver of the hate bus, okay? That just tells people to get on, you're going to get all this money. They don't really go into detail. They just say, get on, this is a party, man. It's a partnership, get on. Uranus wants to tell you that it's because that person was not blissful inside at all, okay? This person wanted to control how much love you would ever receive in your life because they were jealous and envious that people liked you. Kind of like Jesus. He showed up and started talking and all of a sudden he had all these friends. Pharisees didn't like that. They don't like you, collective, because there's a magnetism about you. There's a magnetism. People want to hear what you got to say. Maybe because you're genuine. You know what I mean? This person doesn't like that. They planned all this diabolical stuff on the hate bus because of that. Did a lot of work on the hate bus to keep you away from love. What's funny is you didn't really experience maybe the best part of 3D love, but when you started talking to the passed over ones, it's like, oh my God, that was like the best kind of love you'd ever experienced, It's not every day people wake up to JFK saying, yeah, I want you to chart July 1962. Oh, okay, JFK. That's pretty cool, if you ask me. So, what do you want to tell us about the welfare of this person isn't looking too hot? Okay, the welfare of this person driving the hate bus, they're not going to be, first of all, they're going to get a ticket. The tags were expired on the bus, okay? There's a bunch of beer cans. It's looking really shady on the bus, I'll just tell you, okay? Really, really shady. Too much magic paraphernalia laying around. Looks really creepy. Looks like Harry Potter on acid bus. The welfare of this person driving the bus. What's going to happen to them? This one? A King of Swords is working with that person. Let's find out. What does King of Swords do? This might have been an official person. You tried to tell him what was going on. Well, I can't help you. That was the reaction you got. Oh, okay. Okay, well, we just hope that nobody else drinks the water that has uranium, barium, and arsenic in it. That's what they tell you. This is the dude that told you, oh no, that stuff that had to have been in the water that you drank. Well, what if that water's in a well that contaminates a school? We don't care about that. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, blew you off. Like, well, that don't matter to me. Oh, well, it matters to me. Okay. And you were the one that lost your hair, collective. Okay. You were the one that had to get it out of your bones. Because that stuff sticks to your bones, I'm telling you. And the only way you made it alive out of it is to be a healer. Yeah, I've heard lots of readings about people getting these sexual diseases as well. Talking about Saturn and this director of this film. You don't seem to have that. Isn't that interesting? And yet you spent 20 years on the road with the CCR band. Yeah, as a roadie. You don't seem to have that. Why is that? Because you heal. Crack the ceiling. Is that why King of Swords is mad? Is he's got a disease now? Does King of Swords have a disease? And he's mad. What do I gotta tell you? You voted for the wrong ticket. You got on the hate bus. Yeah, he's waiting for your demise. He's waiting for this ritual they're doing tonight. What else is he doing? Yeah, he thinks he's all secretive about it, that nobody else knows in the community. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. That you gave that person a raw deal. You gave him a raw deal, dude. You're Genghis Khan. You might as well be Genghis Khan. Yeah, because I watched the world float to the dark side of the moon. I really don't know what happens now and then, as long as you'll be my friend at the... If I go crazy, will you still call me Superman? If I'm alive and well, will you be there holding my hand? I'll keep you by my side with my superhuman might. Kryptonite. You can't help it. You're made of kryptonite. What are you made of, dude? Most High says he's made out of a lot of papers from a lot of schools with some really pretty gold frames that make him look really important. But he's not feeling too important right now. Yeah. Because he knows that the angels celebrate you. Queen of Cups. Water sign. The angels celebrate you. The angels saved you from whatever they were making you drink or eat or whatever, because now you've got this. You took for granted all the times I never let you down. You stumbled in, bumped your... It's not for me, then you'd be dead. Picked you up, put you back on solid ground. Yeah, because you got kryptonite, collective. And you're peaceful. You're peaceful. You're not wishing this person harm. But why'd he have to show up for this hate bus message? It was about the driver. But apparently he's up there and he's the co-pilot of the hate bus. Wow. Because he's really perturbed at how things have turned out. He doesn't think it's fair how the tides have turned and now he's being looked at. Like, didn't you think that you shouldn't have got him some kind of additional help or something? No, this person, collective, came into your restaurant and ordered a bunch of drinks and you served him. That's how he dealt with it. Yeah. Well, that's what you're good for, right? Yeah, that's what I'm good for. Thanks so much. Yeah. As you got pushed down the stairs and, joined CCR for 20 years. On the move, darling. You're on the move now. Yeah, he's moving on. Just move on up. Move on up, baby. Okay, so Neptune's got this, it's got the star card because majority of the planets have already voted. They have gone retrograde. Like, this is not what we want to promote, and we're locked in the favor of the collective until this is resolved. So half the universe of this solar system has voted for a better vision. We see a better way to live. We see a quality of life that's better. Person with 27 degrees Pisces is Nat King Cole, who wrote Unforgettable. And Neptune wants to tell you that tonight. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone's so unforgettable. That's you. Nat King Cole. That's incredible. Yep. You're unforgettable, collective. No matter what this person thinks of you, let them think it. But nobody's going to forget you. Nat King Cole tells us. Thank you. He's here. He's here in spirit. We are unforgettable, aren't we? Yeah, there should have never have been a hate bus out against you. On the move. Recruiting people. People told wrong information about you. All because one person in life was jealous of you and the love that you received naturally. You were the Esther in the book of Esther. You were the only virgin out of all those that the king could select from that actually just showed up as humble as she could be. And he picked her because she had a sweetness to her. And it wasn't her color. I picked the fruit because of the right color. Thanks, Mars. That's a lot of wisdom. because she happened to be Jewish. God had positioned her to get selected so that she could save her people. Because his lieutenant governor was telling him, oh yeah, these people are no good. They have all these possessions of gold and silver, and we can take that away, and they don't follow your laws. And that was a bunch of those were lies. To have a Holocaust in 474 BC. Yeah. What an achievement for you to recognize this pattern of behavior, this toxic pattern of behavior. What an achievement, collective. The planets want you to know that. Thank you, Neptune. I love you. You should have clarity of purpose because you've identified this, and you will be unforgettable. Pluto 29 degrees Capricorn. Love is a universal story. It has the judgment card. The person driving the hate bus got pulled over. Okay, the tags are expired, and you are wrong, person that is trying to control who loves whom. Who loves whom? That's like getting rid of things in nature. Well, those are white. They're the wrong color. We'll just kill them all. No, dude. People buy those. People love them. They think they're cool. Yeah. But this person was bound and determined to tell everyone in town, that person don't deserve love. That's a nobody. Now, who are you? Who are you? Oh, you're the one that pushed me down the stairs and I was on the roadie bus. You can get roadie from today's letters. That's why I keep saying that. Roadie. Roadster. You can get roadie. So there must be something about you being on the road. On the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. That's what they want right now. They want it to have you on some tour bus for like Cinderella. Yeah, that's a rock band too. So this could apply to Divine Masculines. Yeah. Pretty cool songs. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they're very burdened tonight. While they're gearing up for that ritual. They're very burdened. And somewhere during this burden, you're going to get some really fast information about the end, the Ten of Swords, of this war. You're going to get peace. And you're going to be able to sleep tonight. I think you sleep anyway, but I just think you sleep prepared. You know what I mean? Like, I think you're sleeping, but your spirit has got you in such a position that you're very alert to things that don't quite sound right, and you wake up. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you're going to be able to sleep really good after this. Thank you, Pluto. That's very Scorpio message. Yeah, Pluto says it's time. It's time. Okay. There was an idea that drove the hate bus. This person does not deserve love. That was their idea. And Pluto says, it's time we stop the hate bus and ask how many people aboard actually bought a ticket for this bus. And no one's gonna, they're on there unbeknownst to them. It's gonna shock them when they realize who you are, collective, and what you really stand for. How you're the one person that's gonna clue in. You're the one person with the wisdom to help these people after a hurricane. What could I really get you right now? Not the food that I've just cleaned out of my pantry, which, you know, I'm not complaining, okay? Or the clothes that you didn't want to wear anymore. Now, I'm not complaining. But ask that person, what could you really use to pick up your spirits and start that machine inside of you, connected to God, to restart your life? That's hard. That's really hard. And that's where you come in, collective. I love you guys. You guys are so awesome. Okay, so the destiny tonight, and then I'll let you guys go. It's this North Node Aries magician. You're going to have to continuously alchemize with this. This might be a turkey feather. I'm not sure what that is. You're going to have to continuously alchemize this. Yeah, because they're still doing rituals tonight because the fruit's the right color, apparently. And the destiny, the healer has the destiny card, so it's upside down because they want their, destiny. That person doesn't deserve love, and that the healer knows that's not true. The healer knows that you teach people about, well, let's just love what's here. Let's not try and alter or get rid of things unbeknownst to us that is here for a reason. How about them apples? Maybe that person is here for a reason. You ever think of that? Yeah, they're here to serve me some alcohol. Mm-hmm. Somebody put the brakes on that. Okay, so tell me about your peaceful magician destiny. Tell me about the destiny for collective tonight. Something about there's a secret to how you alchemize. There is a secret. There is a secret to how you alchemize. What else do you want to tell collective? That means like your own way, your own wisdoms, how you are very, very personal to your spiritual team. You know, maybe somebody on your spiritual team has a love for Nat King Cole. So you have to start the night off with some Nat King Cole song, you know, because you know that's the lead ancestor. You know what I mean? Or you know to get that team rolling. Certain stuff to start playing and speaking about, and that's because you know the people up there. Okay, you're not making this stuff up. Okay, what's this about? They want to tell you about a Queen of Swords. You might be speaking some truth as you stay balanced. Queen of Swords is going to want to, oh yeah, she still wants to create some kind of balance with you, this Queen of Swords. Is this one of the family members? Okay. This person wants to tell you about a home that might have been left to you, okay? To test your strength. This person thinks that this is going to break your heart when you hear about this. And you could tell them, no, that didn't break my heart at all. What broke my heart is that when that person died, you didn't tell me. That's what broke my heart. Yeah. That's what you should tell them. And then this one is all about, yeah, all the work that they did, the perseverance of that. To give this home away to somebody else in your family. No, it doesn't break your heart at all. Wait, that's 5 of Wands. What did I say? 4? Okay, I have to rewind. Yeah, that she's testing you. Yeah, this Queen of Swords wants to test you. This is a test. 5 of Wands, some kind of test. Okay, and it's about that home, is what they were telling me. And you can tell her, no, that didn't break my heart at all, that you've got somebody else living in that home. What broke my heart is that when that person passed, you did not tell me. That's what breaks my heart. As if that person you gave no regard for. Yeah. Oh, that was just, I saw him when I was on the roadie bus. I waved to him a few times, but I was on my way to a concert. That's what she'd tell people. We can't find that person. No, you pushed him down the stairs to be a roadie for CCR. God. But you you have a choice. You should not worry about this. This should not be done without a mediator. This relationship, this whatever they're trying to balance about this. Because they did a lot of work behind your back. 7 of behind your back. So there's something tangible that you'll have to. And the thing is that's where you're like 5 steps ahead of this person. Who do they think is on your spiritual team? Besides some really cool people. But you know what I mean? It's like, that's their karma, not yours. That's their karma for doing that to you. What's this destiny wheel? Yeah. It's that person, that Queen of Swords, who thought that it was okay to gift you a life with no love. Yeah. Thought that was in their power to do that. Wow. Well, you clued in, didn't you? You clued in. And now look how many people your loving heart will help because someone treated you like that. So you're able to clue in to this person a lot faster. I love you, collective. Happy Wednesday.